Hello you guys, and welcome back to another video, or just welcome to this video if you're new. My name is Erin, and today I have a little bit of a different video for you guys. It is going to be a story time about the scariest night of my life. So this event happened back in September during football season. It was a Friday night. It was our Spirit Week game, and it was at home. And it was third quarter, so band wasn't playing. They were on break. They went over to the visitor side for concessions to get some food and drinks and stuff, because I think some of their parents work over there, so they always go over to the visitor side for third quarter, and you'll get why that's important in a little bit. But like I said, it was third quarter. The team was playing. They were over on the other side of the field from us, from the cheerleaders. And third quarter is usually when we take advantage of the fact that the band's up there to do some stunting and tumbling. So we weren't in formation like we would normally be. We weren't doing cheers. We were just kind of spread out, doing some tumbling, doing some stunting, whatever. It was also right after halftime, which during Spirit Week, during halftime, they announced our totals, the amount we raised for the week. So we had just found out that we'd lost the money, but we still raised a lot, which was really good. I don't know why I mentioned that. That's not really important. Anyways, so I was on the field. My friend Grace, who's in band, was over with the rest of the band people and all my other friends. I do have friends in cheer, but I also have a lot of friends in band. So they were over at the concessions, and then my parents, my sister, and my grandparents were up. Sorry. Were up in the stands with Grace's parents. And everything was going smooth, everything was normal. It was just a regular game. And then it wasn't. So I'm gonna go ahead and pause right here and just let you know this could be triggering to some people. So if you have ever experienced any type of gun violence or have been involved in any kind of shooting, you might want to click away, because this might be triggering for you, and I don't want to hurt anybody. So just a quick warning. But yeah, back to the story. Like I said, it was third quarter, everything was going great, and then all of a sudden we hear this kind of commotion. We're not really sure what's going on, but we hear some yelling, and one of our coaches actually ends up running over, and the way our stands are set up is you've got the field, you've got a gate, and then you've got the stands, and the stands are actually raised a little bit. So if you were to get to the stands from the field, you'd actually have to like jump up into them. It's pretty high, so that's kind of difficult to do, but this coach runs off the field and jumps the fence, and cats come back. The football team starts running off the field into the field house, and the coach who jumped the fence, I'm sorry, my cat keeps running away. The coach who jumps the fence, he starts yelling up in the section that my parents are in. So my parents are in this section right here. There's another section, there's a student section, and then there's another section on this side, and he's yelling at the section where my parents are, because right behind my parents is his wife and kids. So he starts yelling, like, get away, run, like, get out of here. So of course people start scattering in all directions. The student section I look over and see the student section is just like moving in this big mass, just taking off out of the stands. Luckily the band wasn't there, because normally the band would be like, here's the student section and the band would be right next to it, or it's reverse on where you guys are. So student section band. Anyways, it's a good thing the band wasn't there, like I said, because the students just ran. And it would have been even worse had the band been there. But I obviously started freaking out. The rest of my team started freaking out. They take off. I briefly look up at the coaches. The coaches don't know what's going on, and I take off too, because I'm not gonna stick around if something's happening. Get outside the gate and see my friend Grace and my other friend Leah walking back from the other side together, and I walk over to them, and they notice that everybody's kind of running, and they're like, what's going on, and I don't know, and I was like, I don't know, everybody's just running. And then I hear somebody say gun. For like the first time I hear somebody actually like say gun, and I'm like, what? Like, obviously so like freaked out, so scared, because my parents are up there. My bag with my stuff in it is still out on the field. I just left it and ran. And so I actually start saying to Grace, like, we need to go back, like, my stuff is over there, we need to go back. And she, at that point, grabs me and starts dragging me. The band, I don't know if they'd ever discussed it before, or if they somehow all just knew where to go, kind of instinctively, but she grabbed me and she starts pulling me away from the field, back behind our baseball field. So the way our field is set up is we got the football field, and then we got a baseball field over here, and then a couple other fields behind that. But she starts pulling me back behind the baseball field, and I see a couple other people going that way, and he's like, we can't go back, we gotta go, like, you gotta run, like, they'll be fine, we gotta go. She's pulling me, I'm screaming, crying. I'm sorry, this is really hard to talk about, but so she's pulling me away, and she's like, Keller's gonna come over here, we're gonna talk to him, he's gonna get it fixed, like, we're gonna figure this out, you'll get back to your parents, it's gonna be fine, it's gonna be fine, it's gonna be fine. A couple other people come up to me because they notice like how upset I am, and they're like, are you okay? Because like I said, I got a lot of friends in band, so, and so I told them, yes, I'm okay, I just need to get back to my parents, That's all I cared about in that moment, was finding out where my parents were, where my sister and grandparents were, and if they were okay, because my thought at that time was whoever had the gun was in the section that they were in, just because of the way the coach had jumped up into the stands there. So I thought they were up in the stands. So I wanted to get back, and so we get over behind the baseball field, but kind of standing around. The assistant director of band is over there, and he's like, it's okay, like, everybody in band come over here, like, let's get together. I don't know where the rest of the team is. The rest of the cheer team has like taken off. We've all dispersed, which looking back wasn't the smartest decision, but we were all obviously very scared. Most of the students had just kind of like run out into the street and crossed the street to a couple of apartment buildings that were behind the field. And eventually Mr. Keller walks over, and he's like, they said it's clear and we can go back. And so at this point, I'm still really shaken up. I'm still so like terrified and crying, and we start walking back. And my friend River, that I mentioned in another video, comes over, and he starts talking to me along with Grace, and they're both saying, just calm down, it's gonna be fine, it's gonna be fine, it's gonna be fine. And I'm still like unaware of where my parents are, so I still want to like find them and talk to them. And Grace's mom comes over, and she's like, your parents are fine, She gives me a phone so that I can call them. They don't pick up. I'm getting like even more freaked out. And we get back towards the field, and I see my dad coming out the stands, so I'm like, thank God. So I run over to him, I give him a big old hug. I'm like, I love you so much. You know, I ask him where my mom and my sister are, and he's like, they're back up there, they're fine, my grandparents too. And yeah, so we go back out onto the field, and we finish cheering the rest of the game. Even though I did not want to. None of us wanted to. We all really just wanted to leave at that point. But we stayed, we finished cheering the game, and we find out there was never a gun, there were no shots fired, nothing like that. There was a fight between one of our guys, or one of our students, and one of the students from the other team, underneath the bleachers, underneath the stands, and somebody had yelled that there was a gun or shots fired or firecrackers had gone off or something like that, but there wasn't a gun. So that was obviously a big relief. Yeah, that's pretty much it. So that is what happened. This was a really difficult video to film, but I wanted to share this story with you guys anyway. It was really terrifying. It still scares me a lot to this day. I still think about it a lot. I'm not sure how many other people do, but I definitely do. And for me, it was really kind of an eye-opener to, wow, what if this had actually been an incident where someone had brought a gun? And to any one of you out there who has been in a situation like that, you know, my heart goes out to you. I am so sorry you had to go through that. And yeah, it's a really terrifying experience. But with that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and end the video here. I love you all. I hope you all have a wonderful day, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.